Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job.
Good morning, everybody. A little lively music to wake us up a bit. Welcome to the Marysville Tulalip Chamber of Commerce Business Before Hours event. We've got a great speaker today. I did want to point out first that you should probably have some postcards on your table for our upcoming Brew and Cider Fest. This is a chamber-sponsored event at the Opera House. And so mark your calendars and make sure to get your tickets ahead of time because they are on sale until the 7th. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce up here for our to facilitate our meeting today, our Vice Chairman of the Board, Ken Kettler.
Good morning. Thank you, Jessica. Welcome, everyone. Would like to recognize Marysville's Mayor, John Nearing. Good morning, John. We have a number of Tulalip Marysville board members with us this morning. Gloria Hiroshima is here. Good morning. Myself, Kirsten Tyler, and we have Peter Ruddoff. So welcome from board members. I want to talk a minute about the sponsorships opportunities with the Business Before Hours. We give you 5 minutes for a personal presentation of your business, your company recognition on all marketing and mail outs, which our database continues to grow, so it's great exposure. Your presentation is recorded and shown on cable channels 21 and 25 throughout the following month, so lots of local exposure. The video is also on the Chamber's YouTube channel. And just get a hold of Ann at the Chamber office and she'll coordinate with you what you need to do and what meetings are available. As Jessica said, we have a fun and interesting speaker this morning. David Porter's with us. David has been involved in the real estate and mortgage lending business for more than 35 years. He's been a marketing and finance expert, trainer and business coach for more than 25 years. In addition to his BA in education, he holds several key designations, which include many green certifications. I have a lot of acronyms here. The LEED GA, NAHB, CGP, on and on and on, Six Sigma Green Belt, and CEDI. So everything from real estate, mortgage, coaching, and now expertise in being green and how to improve within your own facilities and opportunity. He is a national recognized speaker and trainer and writer. He has presented and taught for several organizations, including the National Association of Home Builders, the National Association of Realtors, and the Mortgage Broker Bankers Association. He conducts sales and training and coaching and speaks and instructs on green building and universal design. What a diverse background. Dave is approved to teach several NAR and NAHB continuing education programs and designation classes. Married to the love of his life since 1979, Dave loves to teach, learn, travel, collect, and occasionally have a few. Enjoys wine, eats great food, so you'll have to try some of our offerings here at Tulalip for sure, and enjoys boating in the Port Susan area. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome David Porter to the stage, please. David, good morning.
Morning. So I have a boat. It's broken. BOAT, bring out another 1,000. So that's happening right now. I live at Warm Beach. I don't know if you know where that is, but it's we enjoy that. And we did build a green hippie house. It's LEED certified and 5-star built green, geothermal and solar. And it's, you know, there's such an impact on our housing that we need to kind of rethink our utility bills. Can we lose the music, or is that out there? Okay. Small print, if you steal any of this information, I want you to have some sort of small measure of guilt. If you want the deck, let me know. Just throw your business card over there and I'll send it to you. There may be a couple things you want to pick up. So you've heard my bio. Matter of fact, that was a pretty serious bio. I mean, he went through everything, like too much. So yeah, we're moving on. I do consulting, I do training. I have this thing called PorterWorks my wife and I run, and then I'm a loan officer with Home Street Bank, and proud to work in the Marysville, Everett area. The floggings will continue until morale improves. I've had hundreds of people work for me over the years, and I've been the worst employee. And I realize that you got to know what you want. And sometimes employers, they say more, faster, but they don't know really what they want. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. So things employers want. You want an employee that has confidence, that is willing to listen and learn, that are adaptable, flexible, self-reliant, team players, dependable, and honest. Well, we're not in heaven yet. But what we can do is we can strive for employees to have these things, but the only way we're going to get employees to have these characteristics is for us to emulate them, for us to be engaged with them at the same place. I have a friend who worked for a company now for 11 years, and she said she just got a promotion. So she went from blank data person to senior data person. And it was the thrill of her life that she got this recognition after 11 years. She got $1 an hour raise, but she was so proud that the company finally recognized her, and that was so fragile. I mean, little things that we can do to show the love. So let's keep going through this deck, and we want these characteristics in our employees, but we have to replicate them ourselves. So you actually have to stop and ask yourself, what do you want in yourself, and what do you want in your employees? Now, I know it's very early, and so, self-talk is a little difficult without 3 cups of coffee, but there is an opportunity for us to stop for a moment and say, okay, what is going on? What do we really want for our company? And what I've discovered is that people want to believe in the why. I don't know what you sell, okay, or what your company represents, but there has to be meaning at the end of the day. And, so for me, it's home loans. So I could call it a commodity and go out and sell people debt, but it's not that. It's trying to create structure, homes, continuity, neighborhoods, legacies for family, and you have to start thinking the why. So what do employees want? They like tech, at least the millennials do. They don't like micromanaging. And here's one that's not on the list that I'm learning. I keep learning every day. If you delegate something, don't take it back. It zaps them. I'm so bad about that. It's kind of like, I can do it quicker and faster. Just never mind. It's kind of like, no, that's not it. You handed it over. Let them give it a try. Greater flexibility. I mean, I had this one employee, and he was chronically late. Every day he was chronically late, like 15 minutes. And I finally just set him down. I said, "You're late all the time." And he goes, yeah, well, I got to get the kid to school, and this is the time, and I go, well, now I know. Come in 15 minutes late. Leave 15 minutes after work. Just so you got to adjust, flexibility. And so here I was thinking that he didn't care about the job. He cared very much about the job, but he had another priority he had to accommodate. A clear career trajectory. Think about every one of your employees, and have you had a conversation with them about what they want to do and where they want to go? I don't care if it's an hourly employee. They still have dreams, and they have the right to have the dreams. We're mostly upright today. No, we have prospect. We have potential. They want it too. Continuing education, and just not stuff that you might require, but what do they want to study? What do they want to get better at? And what can they bring to the company? What can they bring to the organization to help you in the organization? These are important things. 6, ergonomic. The work environment can really play a toll on our bodies. And I told you I was a green hippie, and of course, by the end of my presentation, you'll all be wearing Birkenstocks and eating granola bars. But there is something to be said for, how do we, there's computers that you type on when you're standing up. There are people that have the balls that they sit on. There's things that we can do for our employees that are minimal accommodations that might help their physical ability. So it's worth thinking about. And something, just the offer shows that you care. Just the offer, even if they do it or not. Logic and effective process. There are some companies that have protocols that are redundant, and they have reporting systems that are redundant. And so you might want to rethink what you want people to do and why you want them to do it. I remember one time that I sent out, I was a senior vice president at a Fortune 100 company, and I sent out a report, and 1 month I didn't send out the report. And I got all sorts of noise, hey, I need that report, I need it. And then there was another report that I didn't send out the following month, and not a word. And so I called somebody up. I called one of my managers, and I said, so why didn't you bark when I didn't send out this report? He goes, oh, we have a new report from another person that's doing it. So there was all this redundancy going on. And it's kind of like, no, the left and the right hand needs to know what's going on. So logical and effective process, recognition and appreciation, praise in public, reprimand in private. This is 101, but I see it all the time where there is an embarrassment when you say, you don't do it that way, you do it this way. I'm like, oh, come on, really, all right. People want to be inclusion. They want to understand that they're part of something big. And you need to share with them the vision of the company or the organization. It's really important. What's the big picture? What's the why? This is all about the why. All right. And they want fair compensation. Men and women paid the same if they're doing the same job. End of story, 101, we're past that. So this chart is really telling to me. So if you look at it, it says belief in the company, it says peer motivation, 20 odd percent, do good. If you start looking at why people show up to work, it's not all money. People want recognition. They want to do good work. They want to be, they want to have some pride in their work. And we need to give them that opportunity. We need to get out of their way. And I think a lot of managers are in the way of people really celebrating their job. So yeah, there's that. So ask yourself, do you have a pleasant workplace? You know? Is it positive? Does it feel good? You need to be honest and supportive. And there's a Dave Porter-ism. Don't underestimate what you don't know. People are dealing with a lot of stuff. Their families are dealing with a lot of stuff. There could be financial pressures. There could be relational issues. You might be a guy that has to pay for a wedding for his daughter next May and is scared to death about coming up with all the money, just as an example. Like, I'm scared to death. He's a nice guy. I'd just rather just throw 10 grand at it and say, go elope, or something. But, it's going to be a lot more painful than that. But I have this great idea. I'm going to have Maddie, my daughter, and Nick sign a promissory note. And so let's say it's 20 grand. And so I'm going to have them sign a promissory note, and every year I'll forgive 10% of it. So they're going to, I don't want, like, Dad, it didn't work out. No. I'm 20 down and it didn't work out, or 30 down, it didn't work out. No. You're on the hook. So anyway, that's my new model. You might want to share it with your kids. Employee rewards, and it doesn't have to be money. I like little contests. It's absolutely hilarious. Our bank did something where we were trying to, encourage people to make more telephone calls and set up appointments with business partners. And so we had a calling campaign, and there was a $100 bill, and it wasn't about the $100 bill, but I wanted to win. So it was really fun. I made a lot of telephone calls. And by the way, if your business involves a lot of outbound telephone calls, please talk to me after. I found this game changer thing that is absolutely amazing. It's not robot calling, it's my real voice or your real voice, but it's absolutely amazing. It's a game changer for me. Anyway, I'm back. I'm going to wait for a little while. We're still working on my meds. Yeah. And there was some reference to enjoying wine in my intro, and it's true. I'm a professional liker of wine. I found Kenwood Zinfandel 2012 at Grocery Outlet for $10.99. This is like a $30 bottle of wine. It's a beautiful, beautiful wine. I found it in Arlington yesterday. Go get some. I'm headed there right after this. Yeah. A little breakfast Zinfandel. What's that? Okay. All right. I'm back. Okay. So give them room to grow. Ask them what they want. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Well, I'm just happy putting labels on these bottles. Good. Okay. Is there anything else you aspire to? Well, I want to put labels on bigger bottles. Okay. Good. I got you covered. We're going that way. Share positive feedback. Actually, share all feedback. Aretha Franklin, God bless her soul. And what a beautiful person, and respect, a little respect. Make your business a pleasant place. Be respectful and honest. Support the managers. Offer employee rewards. Give them room to grow. What was that one? All right, clicker, talk to me. Call on Lifeline. Clicker people. Clicker assistant. Clicker people. Clicky people. Okay. No, I want to go. It looks like you're going back. I want to go forward. Okay, and next. And next. Yay! Let's give it up. It's all about teamwork and being able to work the clicker. Flexible scheduling. Food in the workplace. It's kind of crazy, but if you look at some of the Microsoft and the Zillows and the Facebook companies, all of those organizations, they have some food. Now, the type of food is really important. Do you want to load everybody up on carbs? I'm not sure, but and is it a bunch of sugar and pop and things like that? No, not necessarily. But there are some things that people like about it. Recognize their achievements, little kindnesses. Ask them what they want. You want these things from people, you got to give things to those people. That simple. Recognition, ask them what they want. I'm sorry the slide went a little over, the display screwed up there, but it's a balancing act. What do they want? What do you want? And working together. It can't just be, this is my company, you do it my way, or it costs too much money and too much time to bring somebody on, to train them, to get them going, and then for them to not be happy and they go off. You want to retain the best. But by the way, if you have a bad apple, that is a poison. And you need to face it right on and say, this is not working out. And you need feedback from other people. I called Lifeline, thank you very much. You got to call Lifeline and say, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? I had an employee one time and I needed that operations person so badly that I didn't look at the personality. I just was so desperate to have that competence. But the bitterness and the anger and what that permeated in that part of the organization, I had to get rid of it. And I'm telling you, do not allow that stuff to fester. Except managing, it's difficult. Avoid bulldozing a conflict. Sometimes I'm a ready, fire, aim kind of guy. Got to get it done. We're going to get it done. I don't know what we're going to get done, but we're going to get it done. So, avoid bulldozing. Try to see things through other people's eyes. It's back to Stephen Covey, seek to understand and then to be understood. I mean, if you were convicted of listening, would there be enough evidence? Get help when you need it. Clear and measurable objectives. Think in terms of assets and liabilities. I mentioned that before. Sometimes you have a person that is difficult and you may need the talent, but you don't need the personality or you don't need the negative energy. Follow the positive energy. Celebrate good. If you have an employee that works 50 hours, $50,000 a year, that's 41 cents a minute. And I call it the nickels and the dimes of our lives. But it's kind of like, what is our performance in our times? This is a coaching model that I use on myself all the time. I want you to use it on yourself, and I want you to encourage it with your customers. So every once in a while, I will sit down with myself, and I'll say, Dave, what's working? And I'll write down things that are working. And I'll say, Dave, where are you stuck? And what can you do different next time? I had a very nice lady one time working for me, and she wanted to be an outside salesperson. And I said, okay, let's do it. And so we got her all set up, and after a couple weeks, I visited with her, and I said, so what's working? Oh, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I said, well, where are you stuck? She goes, well, I'm not going out and talking to anybody. I'm not going out and talking to realtors or builders or anybody. And I go, okay, what do you think you can do about that? And she goes, well, I'm going to put a little sticky on my phone at 11 o'clock, say, get out of the office. I said, good idea. So a week later, what's working? Where are you stuck? What could you do different? And she was still in the office, not getting up. So about 3 weeks later, she coached herself out of that job. And it was fine. I didn't have to play the heavy hand. We let the coaching model do the job. And so I encourage you to use this model. What's working? Celebrate the good every time you meet with a person. I actually have done employee evaluations using this form, and it's a great way because it celebrates the good. Where are you stuck? There's not a lot of judgment going on. What can you do different? It's an action plan. And by the way, the employee needs to see it. They need to own it, not you. You might say, you need to do this and this, and they might say, I'm not buying that. But if you can get them to say, I need to show up to work, on time, or I need this, or I need that. If they own the objective, then you can get stuff done, and they can get stuff done. You got to have that done. And again, the deck's available for you if you want. I'm sorry about the presentation. Apparently, we have half a T here. SMART goals, this is a classic. It's been around for 342 years. Specific, measurable, agreed to, realistic, and time-phased. So if you have a goal and you say, I'm going to make X amount of dollars in 2018, and finally on December 28th, you open up your books and you go, oops, missed the mark, it's not time-phased. So you need to track your goals, whatever your goals are. They need to be measurable, they need to be agreed upon, and they need to be realistic. And they need to be time-phased. You need to measure out your goal as you go. You got to have goals. You got to have your personal goals and your written goals. Written and personal. And, business and personal, all in writing. I'm not sure if this is an urban myth or not, but I was told that many years ago there was an Ivy League college and they asked the graduating class if they had written goals, and 3% of those people had written goals, and the other 97% did not. And then they fast forward 20 years, and the 3% who had written goals, their net worth exceeded the entire 97% of the people who didn't. I'm not saying that success is i.e. money, but I'm saying that it's interesting that if you kind of know what you want, then you'll probably have a better chance of getting it. Just saying. Goals, tactic, and tasks. I break everything. I have written goals, and they are very specific. What I'm going to do, how many of widgets I'm going to sell or whatever. And then I have a variety of tactics to get to that goal. And then I have tasks to make up that tactic. So it might be create a list, make telephone calls, visit people, teach a class. So you have these various tasks to feed a tactic, to feed a goal. %, goals are not enough. You got to have the why, and you got to keep after it. If your business involves any sort of public relations or sales at all, you got to be engaged, and you got to keep after it. It's kind of like the salesperson says, well, they said no. Okay, well then we're done with that one. You got to call up again. You got to have a different reason. You have to have value. Come on. Never mind. I had a really cute, it's fine. I had a really cute cartoon up there. It was Gary Larson's. It said, Einstein discovers that time is actually money. Time blocking. Give yourself the gift of managing yourself. Give yourself the gift of having time blocks. And you have do not disturb time on your calendar. You want to be available and have access, your employees to have access to you. I get that. But there needs to be some time that is for you. And you need to be able to say, I need to plan the future of this organization. I need to have my own goals. I need to achieve you need to dedicate time for yourself. And managers spend less time than they should managing themselves. And you need to do that. Amen. Okay. So look at your goals, plan out your day, create borders as needed. Borders are this. So you have a meeting that goes from 7:30 to 9, okay? And then you don't schedule another thing at 9. You need to schedule something at 9:15 or 9:30. You need to have those borders, and you need to have time for quick, if you need to make a telephone call or you have an incoming call, you need to create borders. And also, traffic is so special. It's just so special to all of us. You need to always be there on time, and you need to plan for, there's a French word, crappy traffic. And what you need to do is you need to have reading materials or a call list or whatever you need to do, and just get to your location and then blow up your smartphone or make calls, but don't be a victim of the schedule. Don't be a victim of transportation. Be accountable to yourself. Don't sabotage yourself by giving yourself breaks, by not giving yourself breaks or travel time. So performance measured is performance gained. And I know this is hard to see, but for me, I have to track my activity, and it helps me stay on task. How many telephone calls, how many one-on-one visits I have, how many workshops I do. I mean, I have to keep even handwritten notes. How many handwritten notes I write. I have to keep myself accountable, and because I do, it is helpful. You got to sell the company why. Why? I mean, what is the value proposition of your organization? And you really need to be able to articulate the value of what you do. Job descriptions for everyone, including yourself. And by the way, cross-training is absolutely critical. If you have someone that, I'm making up positions here, but you have, let's say, a receptionist, and you have another person that maybe does data input, you need to cross-train those people, because if you lose one of those people, you're going to be hurting. And so you want to cross-train those people. And the other thing is you might want to hire a couple part-time people and see how they go and see which one you want to promote up to a full-time. Or actually, there's a lot of people that only want part-time work. And so you need to start thinking in terms of that. The other thing is when you have a job description and you find a beautiful person that has great talent and great energy, and they can do 90% of the job, but they have the right everything else, get them. Grab that energy, grab that person, and find somebody else to do that other 10%. I've seen so many companies where they say, can you do this, this, and this, and this? And I can do all these things, but I can't do Access, Microsoft Access. Okay, well, then we're not going to hire you. It's kind of like, no. If that person has great energy, positive, can be a great team player, then either train them or infill for that. Job descriptions for everybody, 360 feedback. Meetings, employee meetings. How special. You need to have a start time and you need to have an end time. And you need to have something called a parking lot. I don't know if any of you use this, but a parking lot is this, where you basically have a whiteboard or a flipboard, and somebody, you're talking about your agenda, what's going on with the company, what new product we're launching or whatever, or cost-effective measures or whatever. You're going through your meeting, and then suddenly somebody says, well, I want to talk about the holiday party. Great idea. Let's put it on the parking lot, and if we have time after we get through our agenda, then we'll talk about it. So use the parking lot and have a start and end time for your meetings. I had an employee that showed up an hour late for a meeting, and they did it 3 times in a row. And there were 10 people in the room. And when the meeting was done, I mean, the person finally came in like 10 minutes late, and then we started the meeting. When the meeting was done, I pulled the person aside and I said, "So you owe me 10 minutes times 10. "What do you mean? I was only 10 minutes late." "Yeah, but we delayed this meeting 10 minutes, and there were 10 of us." So it's kind of like, okay. So I got my time. Managing meetings and parking lots, goal ownership. If the employee believes in what you're doing, and if they are part of the goal, if they understand, if you are being transparent, if you're being ethical, if you're being honest, if you're being fair, they will see and sense that. I know this is 101, but I think every once in a while we need to hear it. And so I hope that I'm not being too redundant. Recognition and promotion. Non-pay incentives. Non-pay incentives are great. Just recognition. You get Tuesday afternoon off because you did a great job. Employee of the month, employee of the week. Oh, okay. Praise in public. Okay. My wife and I, 39 years in June. We celebrate 3 of the best years of her life. We went to Marriage Encounter, like right when we got married, and I learned about something called the emotional bank account. And so it's 5 for 1. So if you say, "You don't look so good in that dress." Well, first of all, you don't say that. But if you say that, then you owe 5 positive things back to that person or more. Actually, just don't say it. But what I'm trying to do is tell you about this thing called the emotional bank account, and it applies to employees too. If you throw a zap at them, you need to find ways to shore it up. And they can't be platitudes. They have to be real. Celebrate diversity. It's kind of like, I know managers who will hire themselves. I'm an analytic, so I'm going to hire analytics. And so we have a whole room full of nerds. Well, that's not going to work out. You need the diversity. You need all the different personality types. And you need to celebrate differences in personalities and people. And be accepting and celebrate all of that. And it may be that is not your flavor, but that doesn't mean that you don't celebrate life, and you're fair to everybody. Super safe spaces. In today's work environment, there cannot be sexual harassment or any type of harassment is 0 tolerance. And by the way, it's not intent, it's impact. If I say a funny little joke and it's a little off, then guess what? If the impact was not comfortable, then that's not acceptable. My intent might have been, I just wanted to tell a joke. Doesn't cut it. It has to be a safe place. This personal interest and hobbies. I never thought of this before, but it was absolutely amazing. I had an employee that loved to do photography, and we had a company event, and that was their personal hobby. And I said, "My gosh, would you take photographs?" And they were so elated. They were so happy. And I paid them a modest amount of money, but it was so exciting. Or if you have someone that does a particular type of art, or they do flower arrangements, or they do catering, or whatever they do, celebrate their personal interest and bring that in. It's absolutely cool. And that helps with employee retention. And part of employee retention is people having roots in the community. And that might involve them staying in community, and that might involve them getting a home loan, and that might involve me. Thank you. So Here's some resources, a variety of different books that I really like. The Present by Johnson is a really good one. It was mentioned that I have a Six Sigma. That's like a total quality TQM type initiative. I do some of that work. Time is not a renewable resource. Thank you for the opportunity to present to your association. Thank you so much. If you'd like a copy of this presentation, then give me your business card, and please visit my table for propaganda. Thank you very much.
David Porter, I think you condensed quite a bit into a little bit of time. That was a tremendous resource to have this morning. A lot of great reminders, a lot of super sound bites there. I know I'm taking some things back to my office, and I wrote down a couple things. I thought it was really interesting that employers shout the praises of their company and their goals and things, benefits even, but employees are really looking for a sense of belonging. That's the number one on that pie chart that he had up there. So anyway, good stuff. Thank you, David. Really appreciate that. We will now have some time to have what's called the 5-minute table networking. I don't see anybody with 6 at a table, so we'll keep it to 5 this morning. So at this time, some of you came today to network and get to know people. For this purpose, we have a table networking portion of each meeting. Can everyone please pull out their business cards and flyers? Starting with the person closest to the stage, please give a 60-second commercial about your business and pass your business cards around the table. When you hear the bell, that one, it is the next person's turn to give their commercial. At that time, you will kindly relinquish the gavel and let the next person talk. It's going to be beautiful. A nice transition. All right, go ahead. 60 seconds. Good job, everybody. I saw a lot of card passing. Well, some. Especially at that table. You guys did great. Okay, was that good? Have we got everybody? Any more? We're good? All right, great. Good job. And that's really an important part of Chamber. I've always found that the Chamber is 2 different personalities. It's one about building your business networking, and it's also one about building your community presence and your, I would say, in the regulatory environment, the things that you want in your community as far as the municipalities and how they work, all the different county and city systems. Hey, the Chamber's a part of that, and we cooperatively come together to accomplish things. So we network, and we build a presence for the things that we want in business here in the community. So good job. All right, I think what we're going to do is just come up here to the big light on the stage, because normally I would do the rest of this down there, but there's really no light. So we'll just come on up here if that's okay. At this time, I'd like to introduce the new members, and so would representatives from the following companies please come up to the stage, and you'll get a minute on the microphone. That would be someone from Voyager VR, Manpower, and Home Inspirations. Please come on up here and introduce yourself. We'd love to know about you.
Good morning, everyone. So I own Home Inspirations, which was located in Everett on the corner of Hoyt and Hewitt for 5 years. And it is a home decor mall, home decor store. We have, for the past 5 years, been award winners with Everett Herald Reader's Choice Award and King 5 News Best in Western Washington. I am opening, thank you, I know, I worked so hard for that. I'm really proud of that. And we are opening up a new store in Smoky Point up in the Costco parking lot where the wonderful buffet was. September 29th is our grand opening day. We are working extremely hard to get that store beautiful, but we have everything. If your home is your castle, you want to come in and we will help you make it beautiful.
Tremendous, great, good. What was your name?
Nicolette Sigler.
Nicolette Sigler. Are you the owner?
I am.
Okay, fantastic. Great to meet you. Thank you, Nicolette. And the wonderful buffet, that's actually the name of the place, if you know what I'm talking about. Do we have anybody else from the other companies? Okay, let's move on. At this time, I'm going to have Todd or representative come on up. So this is where we'll have the showcase tables. The showcase tables are over here at the entrance, and if you would pay $25, bang, you can set up like that, get a minute on the microphone. And I think we're still on cable, so this is going to probably millions of viewers right now. But it's a really good deal. All right, Todd.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody feeling today? Great. Excellent. And I want to remind everybody here that today is a great day in real estate. The real estate market, as you know, you may be driving down your streets in your neighborhoods, seeing a little more signs in people's yards, and those signs are staying there a little bit longer. Yes? Yeah, a little bit? Okay. That's because the inventory has increased. From 0.97 months, just less than a month of inventory in our area back in June. May and June, we had less than 1 month. We have creeped up to 1.69 months of inventory. That's almost 3/4 of a month of inventory in less than 2 months. And that is a really steep climb in terms of how slow real estate moves. So I just want to give you a quick update on that. And my team is growing. And I am so proud to introduce our newest member to our team, Tamar. Everybody welcome Tamar. Thank you very much. If you have any needs, wants, or desires to have one of our team members come out and evaluate a piece of property, sell a piece of rental property, or just sit down and talk about purchasing a house, we're available. We have our appointments Sunday through Sunday to make it convenient to meet with us. Thank you again, and make it a great day in real estate.
All right, good job. Thank you. Thanks. And my name's Lance Curry. I'm the other sponsor of the other table there this morning. And many of you know I have one of the Edward Jones offices here in Marysville. I get questions once in a while, especially now. There seems to be more of a sense of risk in investing. Do you feel that at all? Is anybody with me on that? I get a call every now and then, especially now. Some of it has to do with politics. That's not too uncommon. What are some of the risks going on right now to your financial future? International markets? Yeah, there's a sneaky one. How about this? Low unemployment. Okay, what am I talking about? Your business owners. Low unemployment means that when you are looking to hire or when you're looking to retain, it's a harder job. And there's a great pool of people, but boy, you got to really step it up to get the good ones, to get the ones that you want. And one way that you can do that is by having a benefit in your company called a simple IRA or a 401k or a Roth 401k. I have found that the better employees, the ones that are above average and the ones that you are seeking right now, really hold that when they're evaluating where to work. That's a real key turning point for many of them, I have found. So if that's something you have questions about, I help my clients with their 401ks, their simple IRAs, their business retirement plans. I actually just started a pension for a company here this week. So I'd love to talk to you about that. If you have any questions about your old 401k or your current 401k, maybe you're an employee. Maybe you're just like every one of us looking to build up that net worth so you can retire someday. That's where I specialize. So I'd love to talk to you. All right. At this time, I'm going to ask the people who are going to be giving away raffle prizes to go ahead and begin to make your way over here to the stage. And in the interim, we're going to have the roving mic time. So that means if you have an announcement or an event or an opportunity come up, please come on up to the stage. Let's go ahead and get you in the light here. And any chamber member who uses roving mic time to do a kudos or a testimony for another chamber member company will get to put an additional business card into the prize drawings. That's right here. There's some good prizes today. All right. Any announcements? Come on up. Alicia, you never let me down.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Alicia Delegans with Seroptimus International of Marysville. We're an organization, nonprofit organization that provides support to women and children in our community. And last year, for instance, we gave about $15,000 in scholarships to students within the Marysville School District. Along with, we help support other nonprofits or provide assistance to the food bank and other organizations as well. I'm here to tell you, and mark your calendars for Saturday, October 27th. We are having our annual benefit auction and dinner, and it's at the Wyndham Gardens Hotel, which used to be the Medallion, up in Smoky Point area. Tickets are $70 per person, and we'd love for you to join us. On your table is information. There's a little card and then a couple of flyers about what's happening with our auction. We're always looking for donations of goods and services as well, so if you have something you'd like to donate for our auction, let us know. And you can contact me. My phone number's in this information. Also, if you, it's a great way to promote your business as well. We have opportunities for you to buy business ads, and that are in the program, and are promoted during the auction. And there's information for that as well. So business card size advertisements are $100, half page $250, and a full page is $500. So if you're interested and would like to support and help us, let me know. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Tina Hudon with the Fallman Property Group, and Kim.
Good morning, Kim Thompson with Prime Lending.
And we'd like to announce Kim and I are partnering up with the Fallman Property Group and Prime Lending, and we are going to be teaching a first-time home buyers class on September 22nd. So put that on your calendars. We want to be able to invite anybody that is looking to get into the market, that don't know where to get started and what loan programs are out there. I teach a little bit from A to Z about the real estate market, and then Kim.
So I've told this story many times. My husband and I, we were in our early 20s. We were renting a home, and the gentleman who had the home wanted to sell it to us. We didn't know the first thing about buying a home. So we went and talked to a lender. There is no cost and no obligation to do that. And we had a roadmap of then what we could do. And within 10 months, we were able to buy our first home. So you don't know what you don't know, and it's a great opportunity if you have a child that's living at home with you still and you'd like to get them out, send them to our class. It's going to be on September 22nd, and the location is to be announced, so it will be in the newsletter that will be coming out as well. Thank you.
So reach out to either Kim and I, and we can get them set up. Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Fantastic. As you may know, my name is Alex Sark. I'm with Housing Hope. I have a kudos to give out today. It's mostly kudos to the community. We just received a very incredibly generous grant from another community organization, the Marysville Rotary, but we also received an amazing donation. There was a fundraiser put on by Immersion Escape Room, which is a member of the chamber. They did a fundraiser for us, and I wanted to say thank you so much. They're not here today, but it is the generosity of this community in Marysville. It's the generosity of businesses like yours that help Housing Hope break the cycle of poverty and elevate families and children out of homelessness. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to your community, and please give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah, you bet. Great announcement.
Hi there, my name is Dawn. I'm with the Marysville Historical Society. Formerly, Ken Cage would often come to these events, and I told him that I was coming tonight. He wanted to say hi to the people here that you know him, and he wishes that he could be here. Also, I wanted to give this opportunity to announce that we're having a Harvest Carnival or a Harvest Festival in October for the children of Snohomish County and Marysville area. So go ahead and put that on your calendar. That'll be held at the Marysville History Museum, which is by Jennings Park. And so we're partnering together with mothers of Snohomish County to put on this free event for children in our area. So that's on October 27th at the Marysville History Museum.
Okay. So Dawn, so you're gonna have candy. at the event. What else are you going to have there?
We're going to have prizes. We're looking for a bouncy house. We're going to have games. It'll be a free event. We'll have concessions. We're also looking for community businesses to help sponsor the event because this is our first annual and we want to really make it a free event and successful for the children.
Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Donna. All right. Ken, do you have an announcement or are we beginning the raffle prizes? Come on up. Okay, and we're also going to be delighted to have Kim Adcock to be able to help pass out the winnings, the drawings, as well as potentially Kim Thompson.
Shout out time. I want to recognize Lance and Edward Jones. We've worked together for years now, and probably once a month, every other month, we're talking on the phone. You're helping me balance my accounts, and I appreciate that. And your professionalism and your warmth is respected within the community, and I feel real good about where those future investments are. So thank you for that. Round of applause for Edward Jones and Lance Curry. Okay, I have a great package here. So Tulalip is our newest restaurant, $75. It's open Thursday through Sunday at 5 o'clock for dinner. It's a chop house pastaria. And I've thrown in a pair of tickets for our last outdoor concert, Dwight Yoakam, September 8th. So it's dinner and a show. And the lucky winner Robert
Aguilar
from the Beef Jerky?
Yeah, there he is.
All right.
There he is.
Well, I'm Cole, and this is Masha, and we're from Marysville Grocery Outlet. Wanted to thank Dave for coming out and speaking again today. Who else here likes wine besides Dave? Sweet, because that's what we're giving away today. We have a bottle of wine. It's from Lake County. It's a Zinfandel. It has blueberry and strawberry notes. Comes with chocolate to accent it, and a wine opener. Tonight from 6 to 8 at the store, we are having a wine tasting. 2 wines, a cab, and another Zin. Make sure you come down and check it out, and Masha is going to grab the wine.
All right, Masha. Don Robertson. Good job, Don.
I'm Nathan Kelly with Pure Dry Restoration. We do emergency water removal, sewage backup, mold mitigation, remediation. So if your house is wet, we can dry you out. I'm also representing Pure Clean Carpet Cleaning today. Here's a gift basket with swag, but there's also a gift certificate for about 3 rooms of free carpet cleaning. So a good one here.
Yeah, good timing. Kim just said back to school, back to non-vacationing.
Cole from Grocery Outlet? Yeah. Giver's game, right?
There he goes.
I'm Sarah Farlow. I am the operations manager of Marysville Modern Dentistry. We are the new dentist office that's just across the freeway. We opened back in May, so things are picking up. I have an oral surgeon starting next month that we're super excited about. So you get all of your wisdom teeth out. We're going back to school, but let's get those wisdom teeth out maybe before they go back to college. So I've got 2 actually prizes. We have free take-home whitening trays, and then I also have a Oral-B Genius kit. So this is a Bluetooth capable electric toothbrush. If you don't like coming to the dentist, you get your dentist in your toothbrush on your phone. It tells you where you're brushing, where you're not brushing, where you need to floss more. There's whitening mouthwash in there, whitening toothpaste, floss, a couple other goodies.
So Bluetooth means when my kids are using it, I know. And when they're not, I know.
Exactly. We'll go with Ralph Elias. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yay! So, you give him the whitening.
Or did you want the Bluetooth or the white?
All right, and then the other one for our toothbrush here is Mayor John Naring.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Lynn from the Smile Store. We're making dentures for just about everybody in the community. We just recently started accepting Apple insurance. So if somebody cannot afford to pay for a denture, we're signing them up with Apple and making sure that they get a denture. We also make whitening trays, so I'm giving away custom whitening trays and Philips whitening gel.
Oh, no way.
It's Lance.
Hey, all right. You know what? Funny enough, I can really use. I'm sure I can. I know a lot of people that are in the denture need category. Yeah, it works really good. Yeah. And whitening trays, good. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much. That's great. What a nice gift. Yeah, and I'm going to need them someday too,
Hi, Daryl Porter from Farmers Insurance Agency at Smoky Point, and we have a wonderful back to school, back to work bag. It's got pretty much everything you could ever want. Pens, pencils, pads, moisturizer, stress ball, you name it. We're giving it away today. And the lucky winner is Deborah Solberg from the Tulalip Resort Casino.
Is Deborah here? Oh, there she is. Okay, awesome. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nicolette from Home Inspirations, and I am giving away today one of our room fragrances from Antica Pharmacita, which smells divine. You can also use it as a perfume on your body because it's completely safe. Prosecco is the flavor, which is our top seller, and I think you'll really like it.
I can smell it. It smells really nice, just like you said. So we got Nathan Kelly from Pure Draw. Yep. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Hi, Tina Hudon for the Fallman Property Group again, and we have a lovely Tommy Bahama cabana. So if anybody, we have you covered in your real estate needs. But it's great for the beach or if you have kids that are in sports and it's one of those cold, rainy days, it'd be great for you. So.
I know.
Kim Adcock. Adcock. Yes, where'd she go?
There she is.
Oh, there she is.
Thank you very much. And Kim, can you hand me my box? Okay, everybody, I think I'm the last one. And I'm giving away a box of Godiva chocolates. I don't know if I pronounced that with the right French accent, but they tell me these are really good. I'm a Hershey's guy, and these cost a lot more than Hershey's, I'll tell you. But anyway, I'll draw out a lucky winner. Okay. We've got Dwayne from Fast Signs. Are you here, Dwayne? There he is. And we'll turn it over back to our illustrious leader, Ken Kettler.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you to all our donors, and enjoy your gifts, lucky winners. So we want to thank our speaker this morning, Dave Porter. Great to have such a talented, inspirational leader. I really appreciate what he the simplicity at times when it comes to leadership and training and motivation. Really appreciate what you showed us today. Thank you to our volunteers and emissaries that help make this thing happen every month. Thank you to the resort for the best breakfast in Snohomish County. And our staff here is always so polite and glad to see us. And a big thank you to the members for your ongoing commitment and great business community in our whole chamber area. Remember, this plays on channel 21 and 25 for the month, so when you feature your business, you get a lot of exposure. Lots of upcoming events. The Beer and Cider Fest, Saturday, September 8th, and that's at the Opera House, which has turned out to be quite a hub for us all. The tickets are on sale now online for $5 until September 7th, the day before. September Chamber Luncheon, September 11th at the Opera House. Grand opening of the Integrated Learning Center Tuesday, September 11th, Damascus Road Annex. Ribbon cutting, 4-day fireplaces, September 13th. Business before hours at the end of September. Candidates Forum starts, so the next couple of meetings will be all about the candidates. And then Small Business Summit, which is a growing event, October 2nd, again at the Opera House. So we want to thank you all. This weekend's big. We only got a couple of weeks left before summer and Labor Day all come together. So it's a big weekend. Seahawks play tonight in Minnesota. Come on down to the draft. We got baseball game with Arizona. So there's lots going on. Again, we'll have one more concert at the September 8th for Dwight Yoakam, so there's still tickets available. And then we'll do some indoor shows as well. We want to thank you all for coming in and have a great weekend. Thank you.